Hello, I'm Sérgio Lazzarini, professor at Insper, Institute of Education Research. We have the privilege here to have with us Professor Bertrand Quélin from HEC Paris, a very well-known business school in France. Professor Quélin does research on strategy and more recently on public-private partnerships, which represent a very important topic for both the private sector and the public sector, of course. And he is here with the financial support of our Center for Public Policy. So it's an honor to have you here, Professor Quélin. Thanks for being here with us. Why this choice to come to Brazil and specifically Insper?
So, it was not a very tough choice because my previous sabbatical year was in the US and I wanted to change my mind. And Brazil was one of the top of the list because Brazil is seen from Europe as a booming country. Very large, very promising. He's belonging to the BRICS, the very famous emerging market and countries. Brazil is going to play a great role in the coming 20 years. So to me it was very important to discover better and better Brazil as country. Insper, thanks to you, Sérgio Lazzarini, as a professor at Insper, and thanks to a couple of colleagues, we met a couple of times during conferences abroad, and it makes sense to me to come to Insper for launching a research project on my key topic. But I understand you share this topic with Sandro Cabral, for example, and we did agree to work all together, starting a new research project on what we call public-private partnerships. So the final offer you made to me has been very attractive, and part of this offer was also the requirement to deliver a course on this topic, the PPP,
right. So
what I've done in October.
And your activities here are then research, interaction with faculty members here, and teaching as well.
That's right. So I deliver a short course on PPP in October, and we are working all together on the same topic, going to build up a new database on public partnership, and we are going to have between 700 to 800 cases covering different countries, different activities.
And understand that you also have an assistant here, an undergraduate student, Camila Caldeira.
Yes, thanks to you, Sergio, because it was very, very helpful in order to have this support, in order to collect data and to speed the process, and
right.
We should be able to have a pretty nice database.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Nice. And how was your experience teaching this course on PPPs?
Amazing, I would say, because my expectation was to have pretty quiet students in master level, more or less. It was the case, but there were also some participants who applied to sign in, and they have a professional experience. So they are older a bit compared to the master students. They have a fresh idea, many expectations, and they raise a very nice comments. They ask a very demanding question, and
right.
It has been a tremendous experience
right.
for me.
That because you use a lot of cases from other countries, So it was interesting to see how they reacted to experiences that happened in other countries, and they actually evaluated that using their own experience, right?
Yeah, you are right. You are right. I think using some case studies is a pretty common practice we do have at HEC Paris. But for this type of public, of attendees, it has been very nice working on 3 cases. One about Spain for launching the wind power industry. The other one was about the subway in London. And the third was about offering water services in Morocco. And each participant took advantage of that for teasing me, raising some good comments, and we took advantage of that. We interact, and based on their professional experience,
Right.
they helped me very much in order to enhance, to improve my content.
Right.
And it has been a very nice teaching experience. Thanks to you.
Good, good. Thank you for coming.
My
I participated in some sessions. It was a very lively discussion, so it was very interesting. So talking about public-private partnerships or PPPs, what is your view regarding Brazil? Do you think we have opportunities in this area?
For sure, for sure. When I was thinking about Brazil in France, my idea was pretty simple. They got the Olympic Games, they got the World Soccer Cup, so they have many things to do. Stadium, highway, residence. And now, I'm pretty sure that's true, but I discover also some new areas about housing, water service,
right.
for many different parts of the country. And it's a pretty promising way for Brazil to invest in its development in order to offer to the most some services, utilities. And that's pretty attractive to first discover how PPP can be a true advantage, but also to learn more and more about this country. It's a very nice privilege.
Right, right. And judging from what you saw in other countries, your cases, etc., what is the type of advice you can give us here to better structure those PPPs?
Oh, advice. I'm not sure I can afford to give any type of advice. But to me, it's going to give a strong support to some ideas. The role of the governance, when you mix some public and private interest, the quality of governance is very important. The role of what I can call the local level, municipalities,
right, right.
can have a very big impact
right, right.
on starting or not some PPPs.
Yeah. Right.
And the way, but it's still new for me, the way to check and evaluate where are the biggest needs in terms of type of services. Because to me, what I learned from my stay, which is pretty limited in Brazil, is the connection between, for example, housing, transportation, and utilities, water, power, whatever. And since you think about that, there's a dramatic effort to be done, and it's under the control of municipalities. So that's pretty interesting for me.
Right, right.
So Brazil is a sort of a labs for PPP, a true labs, a living labs.
Yeah.
That's very exciting to be here.
And hopefully we will continue this interaction with you, and you continue coming to here to
Depends on
understand
you,
what
anyway.
is, no, I mean, depends on you, and how we can jointly learn from all those experiences and see how Brazil move along those lines, right? And,
Yeah, I agree. But also having this joint research project, it's also a pretty nice opportunity to have the ability to develop it, to do our academic stuff, publishing all together, and it's also a privilege to me to be involved in such a joint activity.
Right.
Yeah.
It's our privilege. So thank you very much. It's great to have you here, and well, we hope to continue interacting with you in the future.
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you for watching this discussion with Professor Bertrand Quélin and PPPs.